Everyone. So I'm going to be doing my makeup date today about what's kind of been happening in my makeup collection over the last week or so. A little bit scatterbrained right now, so that's kind of why I feel like I have a lot to share with you guys. First of all, I don't know if you can tell I have a more dramatic eye on today. It's definitely a lot smokier and darker. It's actually a more of a green base. I pulled out my Makeup Forever palette. This is one of my only like colorful palettes. It's super old. It's like over a decade old. But I mainly use this shade right here, which is actually kind of like a green brown shift, but definitely very strong on the green. Um, I was actually inspired by Erin Taylor. I saw one of her videos today. I think it was like her Project 10 uses maybe in Pan in Every palette. But she had a really bold blue look on, which I really liked. And I was gonna think about doing blue, but I decided on green just because my shirt today is more, I feel like, well, it's fall colored, but I feel like green vibes with this color more than a blue would, although a blue wouldn't look bad. But I was also inspired by this paint pot that I've been using a lot lately, which has a gold, sorry, has a green shift to it, but it actually swatches really red. I have other swatches, like old swatches on my hand, so sorry about that. But yeah, like you can barely see the green in a swatch. So it's kind of, I feel like the two kind of balanced out each other, or like kind of, yeah, kind of like helped each other out in terms of like bringing the green back that I really wanted, but also giving me that kind of warm base that I really wanted as well. So that paint pot has been really fun to play with this past week. I've been really actually enjoying it. And it's actually a lot easier to use than I thought it would be. So that's great. But it was also nice to pull out this palette and play with that. And I also pulled out some other like shades I hadn't used in a long time. So that was actually really fun. So thank you for the inspiration, Taylor. Sorry, Erin. um, and maybe I'll pull up more of these looks in the future, just because well, I have really hooded eyes, so you can't really tell, but it's kind of nice to come on camera and do something special. So, um, yeah, so I wanted to share about that. I also, for once, actually want to share what my lip combo is today, because I feel like I like didn't just slap whatever on and actually tried to make it match the look and also my shirt a bit and just the whole tone I'm going for. So today I put on the Rare Beauty lip liner in Admired, I think. I always like forget the name. I don't know why. But I'm almost done with this. I think I finished my uses for Deca Panning, but this is all I have left. So I'm always trying to figure out. Yeah, so it's a little bit shorter, but even with 17 uses, which was my goal for that project, still didn't get done. I thought I would at this point, but a big reason is that I usually use it actually over a balm. And it becomes more of like a lipstick, but it's a really, really nice color. And it definitely makes me rethink my need for lipstick if I use this like a lipstick, but also my need for lip pencils if it's basically a lipstick. So I haven't quite like wrapped my head around it. I mean, in terms of like space and like efficiency, I actually feel like a lip pencil would be really interesting to explore in the future. But I also know that what happens to all my lip pencils and lipsticks alike, they end up in this palette anyways. Whether it be like mixed with a balm on its own, smushed in with other colors, like this is kind of the graveyard of all my lipsticks. And as you can, kind of a spoiler, I emptied out this one very recently and kind of been working on some other stuff. But yeah, and then on top of that, the lipstick I'm actually wearing is Sweeter Cinnamon by MAC. I don't know if the lighting will pick that up. But it's from their Chinese New Year, Valentine's Day collection. It was right around the same time this year, those two holidays. But yeah, I feel like this is almost like the exact same color as my shirt, maybe a little bit more red than my shirt, but I felt like it was a nice combo together. So I don't often do that. I don't often think about that. I know some people that's like every day they're like, how does all this vibe together? But for me, it's like usually just a light balm and then slap and go. Like honestly, whatever I'm working on in my project pan. So, but it's nice to like slow down and think about what I'm putting on for once. So that's been awesome. Yeah, and then so let me actually go through my ins and outs like I typically do for makeup date. Not a ton. I even cheated for one, so I'll explain myself. The first like real out is my Shawnee Darden retinol serum. It's just a retinol serum to me. My last serum was a retinol one as well, so I just wanted to continue that before I switched. So I used this up. This was 5 mils, and it actually lasted me quite a while. I think it lasted me the majority of my 5 day trip, and then it lasted me, I think, for another week. So I'm actually really surprised by how long this lasted. I thought I used nearly a milliliter. I guess not, maybe half, but still, I feel like that would only equate to like 10 uses. So I might even be using less than that. I'm still learning about myself and my uses. I feel like also the pump dispensed quite a bit less than usual. Like now I've switched over to this serum, which is a collagen hydrating serum from Wilma Schumann. This was a gift to me. And like I feel like one pump of this is like more than enough for my face. So I think, I mean, one, they're quite different sizes, but yeah, that's what happened there. Finished this one up, so that one's out. And then I finished up, air quotes there, my K-Skin sunscreen here. I was getting really impatient with how much was left, and I wasn't sure because I felt like there wasn't that much, but I just squeezed the rest into this container here. So it's like super messy because I tipped it over by accident. Light doesn't quite catch. I feel like this is about, now that I can see the bottom, I could stretch it to 3. My panning overuse tendencies might think it's 2, but it's not 1. I can say that much. So yeah, there was a little bit more than 1 use when I finished this. So, or when I decided to decant this. So yeah, I'm gonna call this packaging done and move it out. I think I actually have to keep it around for updating purposes. So I'll do that. But yeah, I'm like weirdly impatient like that. This is a weird one. So my MAC Fix Plus, if you know, this isn't Fix Plus anymore. The cap, let's see, I bought it when the cap was from the like Fix Stay Over line, which is more, I think, similar to the Urban Decay All Nighter versus Fix Plus, just like fancy water to me. But I combined the two together because I like the clear bottle and I like the cap from the Fix Plus Stay Over. But now that I've used it for about a year, this has been about a year. I bought, I bought it about a year ago. Okay, I'll have to look back a little bit maybe, but I've refilled and used this. You guys have seen this a lot on my channel, but I've like refilled and used it so many times that it's not, like the nozzle isn't quite working anymore. I feel like there's something in there, and I can probably ungunk it with something, but I don't know if I have the patience for that. Right now I'm just kind of, sorry, that was loud. Right now I'm just decanting whatever's in here into my mini one, which the nozzle is much better now. But yeah, this is the original one that it was from. But I think MAC now replaced all of theirs with this nozzle, which is much, much better. Like the Mister is probably the best one I've ever tried. And I've tried a lot from the drugstore over the last year or so. And I know this one's more of a prestige brand, but I think I might actually buy replacements just for the nozzle. I know that's crazy to say, but like that's how much the experience matters to me. Although I probably could find a way to get the little pump thing off of here and like switch the two kind of and like get this better one. But I feel like at some point within the next year, like this one's probably gonna sputter out too. This one's doing a weird one with like half of it is the fine mist and then the bottom bit is like just splurts. So that's kind of annoying. So I might experiment with just like packaging switcheroo, changeroo thing as I usually do. But honestly, within the next year, I might get replacements just to like have them around because it's not the first time I've done that. And that actually brings me to my next point. If you guys have been following me for a while and have watched my mascara journey, you know that I have a special place in my heart for this type of mascara packaging. It's the 2-level one it's kind of like, it's an interesting contraption. Basically, they market it as like, if you use it from this, if you use the whole cap, then it's a volume, and if you use the top part, then it's lengthening. To be honest, it's just like a stopper issue, so like how much it wipes off the product. That's basically it. It's not that fancy. But yeah, but like a ton of product will come out on like the quote volume level, and then this is always so messy, but this is always worth the demo. Let me see if I can, basically as it basically scrapes off that product, if you can kind of tell. and then it basically wipes it off so that a lot of it is off of the brush. So it's kind of a terrible demo, and I might actually try to rescue some of this product because that is always annoying. Especially when I have to like clean up after myself. But I actually got a second one of these, a second one of like the original packaging. Came from a MAC mascara. Sorry if you can hear sirens in the background, but I actually got a second one, and the mascara to me seemed bad because it is an old, very, very old packaging. They discontinued this mascara, but I realized that it fits over my new mascara, which is the Kill Lash from Clio. And as you can tell, it's not super duper perfect. Like I could probably really force it on if I tried, but it's tight enough to me that I feel like it's a tight fit. But honestly, the original applicator that it came with wasn't bad, but the stopper is actually so tight and the wand was so small that it still left a lot of product on there that I felt like still clumped in my lashes. So, um, the bottom part is to the point where like this bottom layer, the second tier here, that I actually like is really difficult to get off. I need to like really use some strength to get it off. But the top part obviously just twists off. So but yeah, but it comes off super already wiped off. Like I don't like in the past before I discovered this, I would be like taking a paper towel every single day to my mascaras and like wiping the brush almost clean before applying it to my lashes. Like that's how clean I want my mascara wand. So this is not quite that clean, but it's definitely super close. It's probably the closest I've ever gotten to any like mascara applicator. So the fact that this fit on here pretty well, and it's actually like these two bottles are the only ones so far that I found that actually fits these caps. You need quite a long tube, so like I can't put it on like my Rocket mascara, which this is honestly phasing out. I feel like week after week. It definitely doesn't compare. This is actually my brown mascara, so disregard that. But it honestly doesn't compare to this one in terms of like waterproof and like longevity and stuff like that. The Kill Lash definitely stays on my lashes even after I attempt to wash it off. So I might end up having to get a mascara remover down the line, but I want to try like a few more things first. But it's like because I apply so little, it's actually not that bad. But yeah, but this one I'm kind of reserving right now to more like no sweating, no swimming days, which is like kind of far and in between. So this one might get rolled out kind of soon, unfortunately. But it was like I've kept it around, which is good. Haven't quite written off yet. All right, so I think those are kind of all the movement things in my collection. The new things that have joined my collection is actually nail polish. I rarely talk about nail polish on my collection in my videos, but I think I'm restarting my collection again. I only bought these three. I have like a few really old ones, like base coats and kind of like one color that doesn't quite work for me. But me and my sister have actually been getting together and doing nails. She's really into nails, and it's just been really fun to do that with her. So I just like gave myself like a 30-ish dollar budget and just tried to pick out stuff like to kind of restart my collection, but trying really hard to be intentional this time because I pretty much got rid of my entire collection. And actually gave it to my sister, funny enough. But it was always like I always knew I was gravitating towards neutrals like this. This is actually the gel or like the jelly gloss line from Essie, so it's like very, very sheer, and I almost just want like perfected nails, or what do they call it, like lip gloss nails. I haven't quite followed the trends, but like, you know, that type. I think just something that's similar to my nail color. And honestly, the sheerer the better. Like I'm okay with layering a few times, and beyond that I could care less. What I do like is some shimmer. So I've always followed Christine from Holo Taco for a very, very long time. And I have a friend, if you don't remember me mentioning, is obsessed with her and her line. I actually have a few friends who are obsessed with her line. And I got to try out a lot, at least I got to look at and try out a few of my friends' Holo Tacos when I was visiting her. And I was like, I think I just need a few in my collection. So I did pick up this top coat because I actually went to Ulta, and she just released her line in Ulta, which is very cool. But this is the Everything Taco. It's literally, I think, every single type of like holographic top coat that she has, both the chunky ones and the flaky ones and the unicorn skin and the linear one. I don't know all the terms, but those are the ones I know off the top of my head. um, and yeah, and so I did kind of like the jelly sandwich technique where you do like the jelly nail polish and then some sort of like glitter, and then you put the jelly nail polish on top. And this is kind of what it came up with. I don't know if you guys can tell. I don't have the lighting to like really show you guys. I could put a picture on Instagram if you really wanted me to, but it doesn't look that special, but it's kind of nice to look at. And I have, well, not noticed. The lack of my kids making a comment is actually great because one, it looks close enough to my natural nails, but it's just like a little something special where I feel like, oh, like I actually did some self-care. And then of course I always pick up a Sage Feet. This is a brand new one. I love a new bottle of Sage Feet. And it does get super annoying by the end, and I actually have the thinner that is left behind in my nail collection. Um, but yeah, this is holy grail for me. I had to pick one up. I was like, I don't even know if I can try anything else. Even the Holo Taco top coat, like I don't even trust that. Like this one is one I trust. So if there was anything I could endorse nail wise, it would be this. Of course, it's like the most boring thing, right? So I think in the future there might be like, I want to maybe pick up one like true color shade, or like, you know, one of Christine's like actual color shades in her Holo Taco line. I really enjoyed the 50 Shades of Grey and the Coral Chaser. I think that's what it's called. Both of them are linear hollows, and I showed them in a previous video, and they're really, really pretty. But I think there's something about this jelly sandwich manicure that I also really, really enjoy. And even if she had like a linear hollow, she might have one, a linear hollow top coat, I might think about picking that one up. But yeah, I think being able to customize kind of like the level of shimmer and stuff like that in my manicure is really, really nice. Um, and I like these jelly polishes as well. I don't know if I'd gravitate too far from like a nude. I might try, especially for springtime, I might try for a more like brighter nude. This is quite, yeah, like warm. So it's great for this time of year, but I'll think about it. Anyways, here's to me rambling. Is there anything else I wanted to mention to you guys? Oh, one more thing. I think just a mention of a quick change that I've been thinking about for my channel. I don't think you guys will even really notice the difference. But I have noticed that I upload a lot of stuff towards the end of the month. And I try to give updates on like my beauty bank, and of course I'm doing my nearly weekly makeup dates. I also just a few months ago, I've been squeezing in Project Monopoly, which is my new game that I created. I didn't have to start it at the end of the month, to be honest, but it was around the time of my birthday, so it felt nice to celebrate that when I first uploaded that video. Um, and I also do Pam Those palettes, which is kind of a culmination update of all the palettes that I'm working on, um, like at any given time point. And those have all been super fun to film. And sometimes I fit it into this video, sometimes I have them on their own. But I find like fitting all those four in a week is definitely a lot. Now, it's not that I haven't done that before, because I've definitely done some pretty crazy stuff, but I think I'm gonna move my Pan Those palettes at the very least to kind of the beginning of the next month. Um, so at least that alleviates one thing, and then I'll talk about now is my I just lost my train of thought, is my beauty bank. Probably just give a quick update now, and then maybe like the next makeup data also give something, but I'll probably just be like folding it in there, unless I have like a substantial update, which maybe I'll do those like once every few months, like kind of a standalone, but maybe not every single month. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. Let me know if you have any thoughts about that, or any concerns. I just wanted to kind of give you guys a heads up, and also like to keep myself accountable for kind of shifting towards that, because I didn't quite want to touch the schedule for like the kind of other videos that have very specific updates. Um, yeah. So let me give you a quick kind of a sneak peek into what how my beauty bank is doing. But I think this is more just to kind of get myself back on track. Is that I haven't been quite as good as I have been for my beauty bank. Actually, because I just started last, or just started this month. This is October. I just started at the beginning of the month essentially. Kind of like soft start like in September, but really tried to like start logging stuff this month, but I actually haven't been that great about it. I've actually surprisingly been doing better at my habits, and that was like a big thing I was trying to track for my last beauty bank, was like all the different good habits I was trying to do. But I've actually been doing better like even without that incentive of a beauty bank, which is great. So I think I want to take this next week before I like officially do an update and give you numbers and stuff like that. Um where I think about kind of what are the main habits that I want to be working on. I think a big one is like social media use and my phone use, just like screen time and sleep. Like all those like go hand in hand. So if I already implemented a few things, but I think I kind of want to fold those into the beauty bank just so I can give myself an extra incentive for meeting those goals. I think that'd be great too. I also have a few like I think right now it's just like time management between like all the different things like outside of YouTube, right? That I also need to manage as well, and kind of also want to find a good way to fold it into my beauty bank. But yeah, other than that, honestly, it's been a slow month, so it's probably not going to be like that exciting of an update, but I'll give you like a more thorough update next week. All right, well, that's the plan. Good talking. Break. Just kidding. But I'm always glad that you guys are, that this is a space where I can kind of just talk. And if you are willing to listen, really, really thankful for that. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.